Hello and welcome back to the module on Introduction to Product Management. And in this lesson, we'll learn about key responsibilities of a product manager. We'll explore the essential duties that product managers undertake to drive product success. Specifically, we'll focus on strategic planning, stakeholder management, and road mapping and prioritization. By the end of this lesson, you will have a clear understanding of these key responsibilities and how to effectively execute them in your role as a product manager. So, in this lesson, we'll cover strategic planning, stakeholder management, road mapping, and prioritization. Each section will include definitions, importance, practical examples, relevant data, and step-by-step guidance to help you master these responsibilities. Starting with, what is strategic planning? Strategic planning is the process of defining a product's direction and making decisions on allocating resources to pursue this strategy. Yes, it involves setting long-term goals, determining actions to achieve those goals, and mobilizing resources to execute the actions. Now, why is it important? It aligns product goals with business objectives by ensuring that the product contributes to the overall success of the company. It guides decision making. It provides a clear roadmap for making informed decisions, and it enhances competitive advantage by identifying and leveraging unique strengths to outperform competitors. According to a survey by Harvard Business Review, 70% of companies that engage in effective strategic planning report higher product success rates. And that's all what we are here for. So, how to execute strategic planning? Step 1 is we define the product vision and mission. The vision is like what you aspire the product to achieve in the long term. And the mission, the product's purpose and primary objectives. For an example, for a new fitness app, the vision might be to become the leading platform for personalized health and wellness, while the mission could be to provide users with tailored fitness plans and real-time health tracking. Step 2 is to conduct market analysis. How? You understand the market trends, identify current and emerging trends in the industry, you analyze competitors, you assess the strengths and weaknesses of competitors, and then you identify customer needs. You gather insight on what customers are looking for. Step 3, you set SMART goals, being specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. For example, increase user base by 25% within the next 6 months. Now that's a SMART goal. Step 4 is to develop a strategic plan. The action plans outline specific actions to achieve each goal, and resource allocation. You determine necessary resources, including budget, personnel, and technology. And step 5 is to monitor and adjust. You track the progress, use key performance indicators to measure success, and adaptation strategies. Be flexible and adjust plans based on performance and market changes. An example of strategic planning in action could be something like, let's consider Spotify's strategic planning process when they expanded into podcasts. The vision was to be the world's leading audio platform. The market analysis identified the growing popularity of podcasts and the gap in the market for a dedicated podcasting platform. Then they set up the SMART goal, launch a podcast feature and acquire 1 million podcast creators within the first year. Then the strategic plan, the action, develop podcast creation tools and host exclusive content, and allocating the resources by investing $100 million in podcast technology and marketing. And then the last step, that is to monitor and adjust, continuously track user engagement and adjusted marketing strategies to focus on high growth podcast channels. The outcome, Spotify successfully became a major player in the podcast industry. significantly increasing user engagement and diversifying their revenue streams. So that's how strategic planning is in action. Now, moving on to what is stakeholder management. Stakeholder management involves identifying, understanding, and effectively communicating with all parties interested in or affected by the product. Now, stakeholders can be customers, team members, executives, investors, partners, and suppliers. So, why is stakeholder management important? Number one is it ensures alignment, aligns stakeholders' expectations with product goals. Number two is it facilitates communication, promotes transparent and effective communication. Number three is it builds relationships, fosters trust and collaboration among stakeholders. And number four is it mitigates risks, identifies and addresses potential issues early on. A report by PMI found that organizations with strong stakeholder management practices are 38% more likely to successfully complete their projects. So, how to execute stakeholder management? You start it by doing the step one, that is to identify stakeholders. You list all the stakeholders, identify everyone who has an interest in the product. You categorize the stakeholders, group them based on their influence and interest levels. For example, for a new e-commerce platform, stakeholders might include customers, development team, marketing team, executives, suppliers, and investors. Now, once you've identified the stakeholders, you move to step two, that is understand stakeholders' needs and expectations. You conduct interviews and surveys, gather insights on what stakeholders expect from the product, and you analyze the feedback, identify common themes, and prioritize stakeholder needs. Moving on to step three, that is develop a communication plan. You define the communication channels, choose the best method to communicate with each stakeholder group, example emails, meetings, or reports. And then you set the communication frequency, determine how often to update each stakeholder or each stakeholder group. Step 4 is to engage and collaborate. You give them regular updates, keep stakeholders informed about progress and changes, and involve stakeholders in decision making. Encourage participation to gain buy-in and valuable input. Step 5 is to managing conflicts and expectations. You address concerns promptly, resolve issues as they arise to maintain trust, and set realistic expectations. Ensure stakeholders have a clear understanding of what is achievable. Let us take an example of stakeholder management in action. Consider Apple during the development of the iPhone. Starting with identifying stakeholders, customers, engineers, designers, suppliers, executives, and investors. Understanding the needs. Customers desire a user-friendly, innovative smartphone. Engineers need clear specifications and achievable goals. Executives seek profitability and market dominance. So, you build a communication plan. Regular meetings, weekly updates with the development team, and progress reports, that is monthly reports to executives and investors. Now, once you have the communication plan in stage, you engage and collaborate. You get into feedback loops, incorporate customer feedback through focus groups and beta testing, and collaborative design. Designers and engineers work closely to ensure aesthetic and functional excellence. And the fifth one is to manage conflicts, balancing innovation and feasibility. Negotiated features to align with technical capabilities and market demands. Outcome: the successful launch of the iPhone revolutionized the smartphone industry, demonstrating effective stakeholder management by aligning diverse interests towards a common goal. So, what is now road mapping and prioritization? Road mapping is the process of creating a strategic plan that outlines the vision, direction, priorities, and progress. So, vision, direction, priorities, and progress of a product over time. Prioritization involves determining the order in which features and tasks should be addressed based on their importance and impact. So, road mapping and prioritization. So, why are road mapping and prioritization important? First is it provides clear direction, guides the development team on what to focus on next. It aligns stakeholders, ensures everyone understands the project's trajectory and priorities, and it maximizes product resource utilization, allocates resources to the most impactful features and tasks, facilitates strategic decision making, helps in making informed choices about feature development and product enhancements. So, according to a product management survey, 65% of product managers identify road mapping and prioritization as critical skills for product success. Now, the bigger question is how to create a roadmap. Let's find it out. 5 stages. Step 1, define product vision and goals. Align with strategic planning and set clear objectives. Step 2, gather and prioritize requirements. You collect the inputs, you prioritize the features. Step 3, you choose a roadmap format, timeline based, goal oriented, or feature based. Step 4, you populate the roadmap. Map out features and milestones and visualize dependencies. Step 5 is communicate and share, stakeholder review, and regular updates. Now, how to prioritize features effectively. I'm moving this a bit faster because I don't think that there's a need of getting too much deep into these small things. How to prioritize features effectively. Step 1 is identifying criteria for prioritization: impact, effort, alignment, and urgency. Impact, the potential positive effect on the product and users. Effort, the resource and time required to implement the feature. Alignment, how well the feature aligns with strategic goals. And urgency, the necessity of the feature based on market demand or deadlines. That's step 1, identifying criteria for prioritization. Step 2 is use prioritization frameworks like the Moscow method. Must have, should have, could have, won't have. So must have are the essential features, should have are important but not critical, could have are the nice to have features with low priority, and won't have are the features that are out of scope for the current roadmap. Then you have the RISE scoring: reach, impact, confidence, and effort. Reach is how many users will be affected. Impact is the degree of impact on users. Confidence is the level of confidence in the estimates. And effort is the amount of work required. Now, these are the prioritization frameworks. Step 3 is to evaluate and score features. Assign their scores, rate each feature based on chosen criteria, and then the rank the features, or the features from highest to lowest, priority based on their scores. Then you make data-driven decisions, use data insights, and involve stakeholders, and you review and adjust regularly by continuous evaluation and being flexible. Let us now look at an example road mapping and prioritization in action. The example being Slack, the popular collaboration tool. You start with step 1, define the vision and goals. Vision, to make team communication seamless and efficient. Goal is to increase user engagement, expand integrations, and enhance security features. Step 2 is to gather and prioritize requirements. Inputs, use feedback requests for more integrations, market demand for enhanced security, and internal suggestions for UI improvements. Prioritization, use the RISE framework. Slack prioritizes features that have high reach and impact with manageable effort. Step 3 is choose the roadmap format, timeline based. Slack uses a timeline based roadmap to schedule feature releases quarterly. Step 4 is to populate the roadmap features, integrations with new third party apps, advanced encryption options, and UI redesign. Dependencies, integration features depend on backend API enhancements. Step 5 is communicate and share. Stakeholder review, present the roadmap to the engineering and marketing teams for feedback, and regular updates. Update the roadmap monthly based on progress and feedback. The outcome, Slack successfully rolled out new integrations and security features, leading to increased user satisfaction and market share growth. So here are some of the key takeaways. Strategic planning is what we learned, that defines long-term direction, aligns with business objectives involving SMART goals. We learned about stakeholder management, identifies needs, develops communications plans, and builds strong relationships and manage expectations. Then we learned about road mapping and prioritization, creating a clear and strategic roadmap, and utilizing prioritization frameworks like Moscow and RISE. In our next lesson, Road mapping and prioritization will delve deeper into creating effective product roadmaps and mastering the art of prioritizing features to ensure your product's success. We'll explore advanced techniques and tools to help you build and maintain a dynamic roadmap that adapts to your product's evolving needs. Make sure you review today's material and consider how strategic planning, stakeholder management, and prioritization plays a role in the products you use every day. Should you have any questions, feel free to ask me in the Q&A section and I'll be happy to help. Until then, have a good day.